They're on the ramparts for the anti-racism initiative for Dump on America. America is an evil, racist place. These are immigrants.
The number one highest income group in America is...
Hate America.
Right.
A goodly number of them,
but you're from a group, I mean, first of all, I hate even thinking in terms of groups anyway, because what matters is the individual, obviously. But as long as we are...
My job would have been to tell you Penn Professor Amy Wax about herself, but Adrian already covered it and used this interview to go in on her. Check out her video. I'm going to focus on Tucker Carlson. What I want to focus on today is Tuckums fighting for his life, but losing, while trying to prove that he doesn't group races or ethnicities while unintentionally, but definitely, propagating the model minority myth.
If you're a member of the highest income, highest achievement group in America, and you're looking down at another group, native-born whites, for example, and saying you're the problem, like, how does that work exactly?
The model minority myth is a perception created and wielded by white people to strike down the idea that the demographic majority of this country can't be racist, and even if they were, Asians overcame it with their prosperous, well-educated, hard-working, two-parent household having selves. For one, America was and still is racist towards Asians, and not all Asian ethnicities and nationalities fit the model minority mold or want to fit it. And I don't need to tell you about the Chinese Exclusion Act or Japanese internment. So let's start with the Immigration Act of 1924, which initiated a quota to limit how many people from around the world, in particular Asia, could enter the United States of America. At this time, almost 9 of 10 Americans were white. Later, bolstered by the Civil Rights Movement, came the Immigration and Naturalization Act of 1965. This act established a preference system. Emphasis was placed on an immigrant's skills that were deemed useful to the U.S. So the economic success of Asians is due, in part, to this legislation. But not all East, Southeast, and South Asians fit this mold and meet this expectation, despite what many like Tuckums assumes are positive stereotypes about culture, discipline, and adherence to respectability. There are Asians who feel weighed down by being a model from the perspective of their parents and used as a pawn by white America against other minority groups. The plight of East Asians includes being in perpetual foreignhood, as if their natural place is a native land even if they're American. They are victims of hate crimes and their cultures are appropriated. And somehow Tuckums has a problem with India's caste system, as if the American class system didn't subject black and native people to enslavement and genocide and imprisonment.
Your country, which you're implying
is
equal or better than our country.
Literally.
And you're telling us how awful we are.
Europeans came to America to divide and conquer.
But part of the deal is, you don't show up in someone else's country and start attacking them, right? I mean, that's just bad manners. Why can't you say that?
Tone deaf. But the fact that Asians weren't white America's primary targets of oppression and were clearly able to overcome being ensnared in discrimination and bigotry doesn't mean there weren't pitfalls to begin with. Success doesn't insulate any minority from racism, and economic prosperity definitely doesn't mean people have to be quiet about what this country has done to minorities. For Rebel HQ, I'm Jeff Wiggins. My architect knows Japanese. For more from the Young Turks, stay right here. If you want to see content from yours truly, click on the hashtag below. I can also be found on all socials at He Gon' Be Alright. Thanks for watching.